Hi guys, better late than never, right? I guess you could say I took my bye week a week early. I really meant to recap the Dallas Seattle game right after it happened, but then got a nice surprise. Some family came in town, so we ended up watching the World Series that night. Got back late, and again, I find myself struggling with balancing vlogging with something called life. So here we go. So again, better late than never. The Seattle Seahawks defeated the Dallas Cowboys 13-12 last Sunday, Sunday, November 1st. It's now Friday, November 6th. So again, better late than never. So reactions. Frankly, I thought this was the best game I've seen the Seattle Seahawks play. I did not see the Santa Clara 49ers game. I thought the offensive line gave Russell Wilson enough time to throw. It was the first game, but Russell Wilson did not take a sack. Greg Hardy was on him throughout the entire game and did pick him off. So I got to give credit to him. But for the most part, I thought the offensive line played great. Russell Wilson played well did his thing as well. We got the running game going. I would have liked to have seen the Seahawks punch the ball in the end zone a couple more times in terms of the running with the running game, but that did not happen. It was great to see Jimmy Graham have, in my opinion, his best game as a Seahawk. A lot of receptions. Let's see. Trying to remember most of it. I thought the defense had a very difficult time stopping the running game, but ultimately the Legion of Boom was there, and they made stops when they needed to make stops. I thought that they made Dallas one-dimensional, which is always a good sign, particularly when you have a backup quarterback like Matt Castle. The Seahawks were able to close out the Dallas Cowboys despite being down 12-10 late in the fourth quarter. Russell Wilson drove the ball down the field, and the defense was able to hold the Cowboys from winning the game late, so that was good. Richard Sherman, the Shermanator, yes, my boy. I thought he had his best game as a Seattle Seahawk. He was one play away, a offensive pass interference play away from getting an interception. He was making plays on the ball, did a great job defending Dez Bryant throughout the entire game. He did take a dumb penalty on a kickoff return before the Seattle Seahawks got the ball in the last drive of the game. However, ultimately, I thought he had a great game. Trying to think if there's anything. Oh, yeah. For those of you who might say, well, you only won because the referee screwed up and the Luke Wilson touchdown was not a touchdown. Now, replay shows that Luke Wilson was down with the ball being basically a millimeter short of the goal line. My thing is this. Number one, the Seahawks would have scored anyway, whether it would have been a field goal or a touchdown. So there's that. Secondly, the Dallas Cowboys had numerous opportunities to take the lead and to win that ball game. I mean, if the Dallas Cowboys, you got to give credit to where credit is due. Even though the offense struggled, the running game, Darren McFadden had a good game. It was a defensive slugfest, which the Seahawks ended up winning. So Dallas was able to keep the Hawks at bay for the most part of the game. And not only that, they got an interception and they blocked a field goal. Jason Hauska, our kicker, got his first field goal blocked this year. So Dallas had numerous opportunities to win this game. So you can't really look at that one call being the difference of the game. The difference of the game was the fact the Hawks were able to make the Dallas Cowboys one-dimensional. That was the difference. Because they ran all over us. But when it came time to throw, Seahawks did what they needed to do and put pressure on the backup quarterback. So that's basically all I have now. I know it's been 6 days later, but at least this got done. I predicted the Seahawks to lose this game. They ended up winning. So my predictions now are 5-3. Really happy that I was wrong. And the Hawks won. Always love it when that happens. And now we got a big game coming up against the Arizona Cardinals. The great thing is going into the bye, now since we're 4-4 and we hit the bye week, we're gonna have week 9 off and then play the rest of our games. Frankly, I'm fine with where we're at. We dug ourselves a hole twice. We've dug ourselves out of it, and now we have an opportunity to make some ground in the division. We have 4 games left against NFC West opponents, and there's still an opportunity to make some ground on the division-leading Arizona Cardinals. We play the Niners once at home. That game looks very favorable. We play the Rams at home. That game is very favorable. And we got to play the Cardinals twice, including the last game of the season in Arizona. So there's still time to make a playoff push, and it's 500. New season starts to week 10 when the Hawks host the Cardinals. So very, very good positive signs heading into the bye week. Our season is not quite over. We thought it could potentially be over, but now since we're at 500, second half is usually where the Seahawks play their best football in the Pete Carroll era. So very optimistic going into week 10 against the Cardinals. All right, so that's basically what I have for the Dallas game. Up next, I'll do a comment video. I usually do a comment video beforehand, and I didn't get an opportunity to do that. So I'll do a comment video that will include comments from the Santa Clara 40 Weiner game, the Dallas recap, and then if anybody the Dallas preview, and then if anybody comments on this, I will cover those comments as well. So thanks for watching. Go Hawks! And again, the Seahawks beat the Dallas Cowboys 13-12. Thanks for watching.